Wake up, everybody. No more sleeping in bed.
Get up on this great Monday morning.
Wake up, everybody. Look, you still popping your fingers.
Right. Stop pushing that door. Hey.
Hey, good morning, y'all. It's the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. I'm your brother, John.
And this is Qiana.
Hey, and this program is being brought to you as part of the New Image Project of the Community Development and Training Center, a.k.a. See That.
See that.
I like that.
So if y'all in the car, say it with me. See that. Or on Facebook.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Put it in the chat. See that. And we would like to thank y'all for tuning in, helping us to redefine what's cool. Qiana, what's good?
It's Monday.
It is.
It is Monday.
First full week of school.
Right.
Yeah.
So listen, kids, parents, we are still shouting y'all out on this great Monday. If you have stories about the first week of school, call us 727-637-2416.
Said it without looking. Shayna, good morning.
Yes,
I see you. Miss Teresa, thank you for tuning in. Kendrick, thank you for tuning in. And Miss Teresa's leading the scoreboard when it comes to these stars. So we still figuring out stars, but
she alley hooping them like
she leading the board. So send the stars in, y'all. We definitely appreciate all of the support. And,
good morning, Corey.
Yeah, it's at Corey's World.
Yes.
What it do, what the business is.
So, yesterday we kind of talked about the city council.
Yes, we did.
Right? We're all disappointed.
Not disappointed, but just
so what
lack of a better word, because disappointment is rooted in expectation.
Okay.
And so it was kind of par for the course. We were hopeful that it would go through and that they would side with the people.
Right.
And practice authentic democracy.
But I kind of felt, so I guess I'm going to be with you because the hopefulness went away for me when I started hearing the narrative on the news.
Okay.
A couple of days prior leading up to it saying, oh, we don't have enough time. It's saying that you have to have 2 meetings by Tuesday.
Right.
How is this going to happen? Well, we started this 9 months ago.
We did.
So we had more than, a few days to kind of get this through. And I always say this is like any relationship. You have your ups and your downs. Mm-hmm. And when you do something good, we cheer you on. But when there's something that's not right, we have to talk about it.
Yeah, we got to talk about it. Yeah.
We got to fix it. We can't sweep it under the rug.
Yeah. We really need to have a conversation.
And honestly, this right here shows that honestly, you didn't have the people in mind.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The people who vote you in mind. And I want to keep stressing this because you come in, and I'm coming from a place because we both do field work.
Yes.
Right? We believe in the people that we elect. We believe in the people that we put in those seats. We work really hard to put you there. We also work really hard with convincing people that you're going to follow your platform.
And
right.
That's true.
And so it's not just your name that's out there. It's our names too.
Right.
Because we're going to bat for you. You sold us and now we sell other people.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so, it's a slap in the face, not only to us, but to the people who voted for you.
That's absolutely
because it's us who get you in those seats.
Yeah.
And it's us who you're supposed to have the best interest for.
That's the ideal of a representative democracy, right?
Right.
Is that when you let people know what you want them to do as representatives of yours, you're expecting them to do it.
Right.
But that's, again, it's a part of the process where we are seeing that voters, how can I say it? We got to pay attention.
We do have to pay attention. And I keep saying that. We keep saying this on the show. And again, the views that are expressed is the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club and not 99.1 Jam. Now, I may be overstepping, but I don't think Brother John is going to say no. But anybody that's on that city council that want to sit down and come in and talk to us and explain to us why.
Yeah, come on.
You said no, why you shot this down. So then maybe we can get a better understanding, because sometimes it's a miscommunication, right?
Right.
So if there's a miscommunication, let's clear this up.
Please.
But if you don't, we're going with the narrative that we have at this point, right?
Yeah.
And the narrative is that we tried, we knocked on the door, and we gave y'all a lot of time
Right.
to try to make this right. And every time you found an excuse why this couldn't happen. And then when you decided to kind of help us out here, you then said, oh, we don't have enough time.
Yeah.
Something don't seem right about
this. And then
this.
check this out. The other part of this whole, we don't have enough time. So this process. So in order to do rent stabilization or rent control,
right,
the process is it has to go through an ordinance process and then be put on the ballot for voters to decide. And the other part of what they were doing, and they did it, I mean, it worked successfully, was they made it seem like they were voting for rent control. And they were not voting for rent control. They were voting to pass a resolution to put it on the ballot so that voters can decide whether or not to do it.
Again, we weren't even asking y'all to take the decision.
And your personal position as a council member don't really matter.
Right.
Because you put it out there and you let the voters decide. That's the push. But they successfully changed the narrative to make it seem like they were voting on rent control, and that's not what they were voting on.
No,
they were voting on a ballot language. And then the other part of it, here's kind of the shenanigans, right? And the way that language matters and policies and all practices and all of that stuff.
Right.
So because they dragged their feet and didn't do it in the time that was allowed, which is an ordinance process, we have a lawyer that said that, well, there's a way that it can be done with a resolution, because there's a difference between a resolution and an ordinance.
There's more than one way to skin a cat.
It is.
But go ahead.
It is. And so the city lawyers were saying that originally they said it couldn't be done. We got a lawyer to say, yes, it could. Then they said, okay, yeah, it can, but you'll be sued if you do it. So it's like, okay, we got that. We understand that. We understand the risk. And then as an ordinance, there was less risk. But because of the time frame that they ran the clock out pretty much, we said, okay, well, there's another loophole,
right,
that says you can do it by resolution. But the challenge with the resolution was that it had never been done by resolution.
Right.
Because
there has to be a first.
Because you usually take the time and do it through the ordinance process,
right,
but we didn't have the time to do it through an ordinance process, but we could do it through resolution, knowing that it was going to be a lot of challenges that came with that. That's what happened with white only pies, right?
Right.
That was the law too, right?
Right. Yes.
Colored bathrooms was the law. Segregation was the law. Somebody said, you know what? That law is not right. We're going to challenge this law, fight the law. They fought the law and they won, right? That's what we're doing. We're saying, okay, we know that the law is going to oppose us and that all of this stuff, but long story short, y'all, pay attention to those who say that they're there to represent you, because it was so many stories, so many people who came out and gave, heartfelt testimonies about why this needed to be done and why council should allow voters to actually decide on this in November. And in spite of the many pleas of the many people and the many stories, they decided to not do it.
And it sounds like their minds were already made up prior to the meeting happening. Which again is very sad, right? Yeah. And again, this is the narrative that we see. So, you say it's the truth. Yeah. This is what happened. You're right. So again, we invite any of the city council, any or all, to come down and sit at the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club and talk about that. We have a platform 4 days a week, every other day.
Yeah.
You can catch us Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday.
Yep.
Right. So it's here for you. So we're allowing y'all to have a space so we can feel like y'all are here for us, right?
Come in.
And this is live radio, But yes, and we see that they push things that is in their interest. And we keep on talking about how the corporations, again, who is the reason why they're saying we couldn't do the rent control, right? Or the rent cap, because they would be sued by, good morning, they will be sued by the corporations.
Right.
But they're trying to push that the corporations get the free taxes, right?
Yeah. So,
the breaks on their taxes. And
so last week, there, at the city council meeting, I think it was August 4th. So we
Okay.
had this meeting was last Thursday, the one we're talking about now. Then on August 4th, there was a city council meeting. And on the agenda for that meeting, they had, I want to say, 3 different items that they'll be putting on the ballot for November. One of them is a tax break for corporations. Another one is to expand the Dolly, I think increasing the lease for the Dolly Museum. And that's going to be on the ballot. Voters will be able to decide on this tax break. Now, the tax break,
it was what we denied, that we said,
yeah, failed.
Didn't we do like 86% failed?
No, it was 87 votes. It was close.
It was close. Okay, close. 87 votes.
Yeah, 87 votes. It failed by 87 votes in 21, and they're putting it back on the ballot again this year.
Okay.
So 2 shots for the
corporations,
no shot for renters.
Right. Yeah. The corporations that's going to sue you if you help the people in your community. That corporation?
Yeah. Quite possibly. I
just want to kind of paint this picture because I want a clear understanding. Again, if you want to come in, and if you can't call in.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
Because again, this number is 727
mm-hmm.
637
yep.
2416. We're open to all conversations, right?
Absolutely.
And then we're not trying to hurt landlords.
No.
Because I heard Robert Blackman get on TV and say that this will hurt the landlords.
Okay.
Price gouging is hurting the people in your community. We don't want the landlords not to make money.
Yeah.
But we also don't want you to take all our money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think you said it, price gouging. Right. And the whole point of this whole thing is to establish. So the vote would be declaring a housing state of emergency. Right. And so when you declare the emergency, then you can take emergency actions.
Right.
Well, it's like when you have a hurricane and they declare a state of emergency and all of that, right? If you see somebody selling a case of water for $40, they call that price gouging.
Right.
Just because people will buy it. Come on in, brother. Just because people will pay $40 for, a case of water during an emergency, don't mean it's right.
It don't mean it's right. That's what I said. Anybody's rent that's going up over $1,000,
right,
in 1 year is not right.
Yeah,
we're not saying don't increase because we understand that things go up,
but
there needs to be a cap.
Yeah,
the 5% or whatever we decide as a people, or at this point, that's fair.
Right.
The housing market is already unfair to the renters.
Yeah. Especially in Florida.
Right. When you think about this, but then I'm going to also keep on flipping it to the other side of the pancake, where we're not just complaining. We take this time to unify with our community, right? Let's get connected back to our families. If you're not, move in with your sister, your brother, or your mother. Yeah, you did it before, you can do it again. And then figure out a way. It can be tough, but no, you want me to tell you what's more you can't afford. You have to decide if you're going to eat today or pay your rent this month.
Yeah, it's not as tough as that, but living with your people is tough.
It can be, but if you do it and save money and you have a goal and the outcome is to eventually own your own property,
right?
Then you could do it for the better good of yourself.
Absolutely.
Right. So some things ain't comfortable that we need to do to get something better.
Right.
But I mean, if you want to not be able to afford to put gas in your car, and you want to pay $3,000 for a 1-bedroom apartment, I mean, complain about living with your mom.
No, I'm with it. I'm just, we just got to make it like understand that when we say moving in with your family, it's a lot of considerations that go into that, right?
I mean, but we're grown
because a lot of us, like when we left home, it wasn't like, okay, I'm leaving. It was like, you gotta go get your stuff, get out of here.
But this is different times, right? But these are so we're gonna complain about something. We need to give some type of solution.
Absolutely.
So that was a solution. If y'all have other solutions, call in.
Yeah,
put it in the chat.
637-2416.
Yes.
We got our guests in the building, y'all. And it's Monday. Oh, we didn't do this. Let me do this just before we get to today on this day in history. So today is one of my grandson's birthday. So shout out to Amari Bubba.
Oh, okay. So, when he get on the red, when he get in the car, we're gonna.
So Bubba turning 6 today.
Okay, Bubba.
Shout out to Bubba. And also August 15th is the 227th day in the Gregorian calendar. In 1918, diplomatic ties between the U.S. and Russia were severed. That sounds like now. In 1939, The Wizard of Oz debuted in Hollywood, California. The Allied forces of World War II landed in southern France in 1944. India became an independent of Britain and was split into India and Pakistan in 1947. And also on this day, we're talking about birthdays, August 15th, 1938, outspoken United States congressional representative from California's 43rd District, Maxine Waters, was born. I didn't know Maxine Waters was that old. You know Maxine Waters? Come on, you gotta know, mama. I'm reclaiming my time.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. I didn't know she was 84. You know Maxine Waters was 84 years old? Really? 1938, yeah.
Well, then he knew.
But no, I didn't know it until this morning because, that black don't crack whole, that whole thing.
I was just about to go there.
Yeah, I'm like, wow, 84 years old.
The melon be popping, but
she looked good. So she was born in St. Louis, Missouri on this day in 1938. She started out as a telephone operator, assistant teacher after graduating from high school, and then became a Democratic congressional woman. She was former chair of the Congressional Black Caucus. She's the most senior of all African-American women in Congress, the ranking member of the House Committee on Financial Services, and now one of the most powerful women in American politics. So shout out to and happy birthday to Congresswoman Maxine Waters.
Y'all know I like to do sound effects.
Yeah, I like the sound effects.
So before we move on to our guest, Trump say, give him back his stuff and put it back where you found it.
Talking about the codes he stole?
All the stuff he stole.
Allegedly.
Yeah. He said that was some of that was his stuff, and it's confidential for him.
Okay.
And stuff between him and his lawyer
that
other people can't have, and they need to put it back where they found it.
So this the raid. So they raided Mar-a-Lago, got some stuff. Now I saw that they said it was like nuclear codes or something like that. Is that real?
I don't know. They say that. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah.
But I do know Trump said he wanted back.
Okay, whatever it is.
First he said all y'all had to do is call. First he said all you had to do is call.
Yeah.
I didn't steal it. It was locked up in another locked up spot.
Right. right.
And y'all could get it anytime. Y'all didn't have to raid. Y'all didn't have to like break in.
Okay. That's what he called a raid, a break-in.
He didn't have to break in my house to get it.
Okay.
But now he want it back. And now his followers.
Yeah.
Where
they at with it?
Oh, they're, threatening the FBI.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Boom,
boom, boom, boom.
I'm telling you, we talk about this now. Now I know they have all types of people in this raid with them, right?
Yeah.
And with this, Trump is right. We saw what happened when they kicked in the Capitol, right?
Yep.
All my black and brown people, I'm gonna tell you, be careful.
Yeah.
Right? Because we saw what happened with the black guy who went with him. Last time he got the most time.
The most time out of anybody who got time for that. Like a lot of them didn't get time, and the one who got the most time was the brother,
right,
who was with them up there with that mess.
Right. So be careful.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Your white friends got white privilege, black people,
and they cannot give it to you.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right.
Sorry, truth is the truth.
Truth is the truth. And so with that, we want to remind y'all that you're listening to the new 99 Jams Morning Show, the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club, right here on WUJM. And the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club and 99 Jam is a community-owned public media resource. As such, we rely on the support of listeners like you to keep the shows that you love on the air, the doors open, lights on, and to continue to put out quality programming in the Tampa Bay area. You can actually become a show sponsor today or consider making a donation by going to 99jamstheberg.com and clicking on the donate button. Mm-hmm. And in the building, we have with us this morning representatives from AMI Kids. And they're going to be coming on like 2 minutes. I'm actually going to do a quick commercial break. We're going to pay a couple bills and then get them set up, and then we'll be right back with more of the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club right here on, let's see if I got that right.
WUJM, St. Petersburg, 99 Jams. Have problems with your brakes or CV joints? Then go Florida Brakes and Tires. Mr. Roosevelt and his experienced team will take care of that for you at a very competitive price. You cannot beat. That's Florida Brakes and Tires, located at 1254 34th Street South, St. Petersburg. They also provide you with roadside service and offer you both new and used tires. Call Florida Brakes and Tires at 727-327-5288. That's 727-327-5288. Or just pull up at the shop at 1254 34th Street South, St. Pete. That's 1254 34th Street South, St. Petersburg.
Peace and light. This is your brother John, and I would like to invite you to tune in to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club on 99 Jam every Monday and Wednesday morning from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. for the latest in pop culture news and unique perspectives on hot topics. Make sure you tune in and start your day off right with the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club right here on 99.1 FM, 99 Jam. The Birds.
All right, y'all. Welcome back to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. I'm your brother John.
This is Qiana.
And this program is being brought to you as part of the New Image Project of the Community Development and Training Center, aka CDAT.
CDAT.
And we like to thank y'all for tuning in to help us to redefine what's cool. All right, good peoples, we got in the building AMI Kids, a pre-apprenticeship program, deals with education, training, and certification. If you'd like to secure your future in a career in construction, electrical, plumbing, or masonry, if you are 16 years or older, the AMI Kids pre-apprenticeship program might be right for you. And to tell us all about it, we have some very special guests in the building. Want to welcome y'all, and we'll do some self-introductions, and let's talk about the program. So let's start with my brother.
All right. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. My name is George Jones. I'm the program manager, the leader, the chief.
All right. I like that. I like that.
Self-non-proclaimed guru.
Okay.
AMI Kids, Pinellas.
Hi everyone, good morning. My name is Mackenzie. I'm actually the job recruiter here for the AMI Kids Pinellas. So I just help everyone get their jobs.
Love it. Love it. Love it.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Lisa Antoine, and I'm the career coordinator at AMI Kids Pinellas, and I'm basically the case manager.
Okay.
I'm the one that connects our participants with resources throughout Pinellas County.
I love that. I love that. Love that. So you brought like the squad. That sound like some Avengers. You got the recruiter and the case manager in here.
And we got the chief.
And we got the chief. And we got the chief. Look at us. Look at us.
Yeah, I can't do that.
Oh, yeah.
Like, these are like kryptonite.
No,
Okay.
that's how it happens though.
Teamwork makes the dream
It
work,
really
right?
does. It really does. It absolutely does. And so tell us about AMI Kids. Well, tell us about like what is the AMI?
Yes.
AMI is Associated Marine Institutes. Associated Marine Institute is a organization that work with youth throughout the country. Really, we have been started here in Florida
Mm-hmm.
a little bit over 50 years ago, going on 51 years ago, and to provide service to the youth who are at risk. Youth who are looking for more opportunities. We have residential programs. We have prevention programs. We have day programs around the country. And then, of course, what's recently been happening, we've been expanding our workforce development programs right here in the area, around the state of Florida, around the country, really, where we serve youth.
Nice.
Now, what's the cap? Like, so I know 16 is where you start at. What's the cap?
24 years old
Okay.
is the cap. So we always tell people, if you're 24, when you get into the program, you turn 25, no, we don't kick you out.
Right.
Well, not one of us escort you out the program, out the door.
Mm-hmm.
You're in. We continue to work with you about 16 through 24. And then if you're 15, a few months away from 16, we want to talk to you too.
I love that.
So you get some grace there.
Yeah.
I like it.
Absolutely. And as I'm looking here, and it says one of the things that you provide, it says free access to construction, trade, registered apprenticeship programs. Why is that a big deal?
Well, I would say it's such a big deal because there's just so much industrialization going on in the community, especially in St. Pete. Like, it's going through like a renaissance, so to speak.
We're changing.
Yeah,
it's changing up.
and we're building, right?
Yeah, we're
Mhm.
definitely building. Like, it's always something new. There's always new construction projects going on. But most importantly, construction is such a lucrative career. And when we think of construction, we think of like, people just building stuff, but you could get into plumbing. You could be an electrician, masonry, carpentry, like the whole nine.
Right, right.
So,
And in the apprenticeship program, because I remember that there's like an ordinance I remember that we were advocating for, was like an apprenticeship ordinance to make sure that, the programs were created for people to be able to take advantage of. And so when we talk about this trade registered apprenticeship programs, and access to those programs, is that something that's common, or is that something that you're finding that's not as common these days? Like people actually having access or knowing about those types of programs?
Well, having access, those programs increasingly, around the country are there. And the reason why those programs are being developed is because the industry is in a dire need of young people. Whenever we have our collaborative meetings and meet with people from the industry, players who are saying, look, we can't find the young people.
Okay.
Where they at?
Right, right.
And or they may go to a job fair and they may be, vending their job fair, and there's other employers there. It may be, I don't know, this is Microsoft, or it may be the bank. And this generation now, they're saying, no, it's too hot outside.
Okay.
For us to be, let's go over here.
It ain't just generation.
Yeah,
Well,
but
I was saying it was too hot outside too.
but there was a lot more construction workers back, I would say.
Yeah, I used to go to
You
work.
not one.
No, I used to go to work with my daddy.
Okay, but
And it was hot then.
so you did do the work.
I did it.
You
yeah.
did the work. You might have thought,
And I did it long enough
So
to know that ain't what I really wanted to do.
right? But I
Yeah.
will tell you, this generation now, and I know you hate to cap everybody.
You know I don't like this.
I know. So this
I don't like this generation.
I will say this is that when we talk, we're just saying as a whole, not everybody, because we know
Right.
that everybody does not fall in this. Is the instant. So this is the microwave.
yeah.
So instant, they want, they want to be Facebook famous. They want to be Instagram and all of that other stuff, and it looks really easy. So like to get your hands dirty and stuff like that, typically don't seem so cool.
Real work. Call us.
Oh, we do have a caller. Caller.
What's your name? What's on your mind?
Actually, this is Don J. I'm just letting you know we're not hearing your guest loud, so if you could just bump up the volume a little bit, it'd be good for us.
Okay, there we go.
Thank you.
Thank you for that. Look, we got some phone in tech assistance. Appreciate that, Mr. J. All right.
And it was free.
And it didn't cost a dime, right?
No, it did not.
So we're gonna line you up with that microphone. I'm turning it all the way up, and then if y'all could project, use your inside outside voice a little bit.
Okay, I try to be careful about Barry White.
Okay, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
With eardrums.
No, you got a radio voice though. You really do have you have the radio voice.
Yeah, but I agree with you. It's not. We don't want to generalize, but a preponderance of this, generation, I think, is changing expectations as far as their career goals, what they want to do. Social media has a huge impact on determining. Okay, this is how I'm gonna get my star go elevate. This is how I'm gonna get up there.
Oh yeah, that's good. There you go.
Thank you. Get out there and make a living for myself, just like you guys were talking about housing and how I'm gonna live, how I'm gonna I'm gonna get on here and monetize my likeness and image. That's how I'm gonna make those YouTube go send them dollars to me,
right?
Checks.
But it's harder than you think.
Yeah.
Is that why?
It is. It's a little more to it. Yeah.
So we provide those, for those who are willing, and I always say those who are willing,
right,
and able. We provide national certifications for them. We're talking about certifications that will allow them a sort of an inroad into the industry, such as NCCER, which is one of the national certifications you can earn. There's another one called HBI, which is sort of I won't say competitor, but a companion certification. But NCCER Core, which provides the basics to allow individuals to go, into construction. Then we provide OSHA 10, which is a safety certification. We're going to OSHA 30. We do also provide Safe Staff Serve Safe. And I mentioned to people, if you ever go into Kentucky, just look on the wall or your Taco Bell.
You need Serve Safe.
Right.
You need Serve Safe in order to, handle people food. You don't want people leaving, getting sick off your number 6.
Right.
So
that's true.
Definitely you want to, do that, earn that certification that will allow you to even go into the retail or more hospitality restaurant, industry. We also offer a career readiness piece, and that's really how we sort of jump off in a sense
Okay.
into our training. We want to make sure that before we put you out there on a job, or before we put you out there in a registered apprenticeship, you at least have the basic skills. I know how to interview. I know how to write a resume.
Okay.
I know how to dress for success for the interview. I have those soft skills.
What? What is that?
No, because see, I said this the other day.
that?
Everybody looked at me like I was crazy. I was like, people don't know how to dress for interviews. They was like, people don't really interview like that no more.
Okay.
Remember?
I remember that conversation.
I was just saying the same thing. People don't know how to interview. They don't know how to dress. Like, we're missing that core of it because, again, this society has got really lazy.
Okay.
On it when you think about the pride that you have when you go to get a job. I know when you said, like, if you're going to be a server, you dress like you're the boss. So you're still, that's what I was taught.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was a different school, right? It
was
like dress for the job that you want, not the job you got. Like, I remember all of that stuff, you gotta look. Yeah.
Right. But now don't do that no more. And I know when I was interviewing, when I was working at Denny's, is that like I used to pull the kids aside because it was a problem then too. And I'm like, yo, I'm going to give you another interview, but when you come back, this is how I need you to dress.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, do this. Don't wear your jeans. Don't bring your half top in here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I need a button up top, maybe some slacks or something like that, because they were missing that piece.
Right. And that's something that you all provide.
And this is just what we provide because we want them to be ready, and be able to, just really, just optimize the opportunities that we sort of, provide for them. And one of the things we realize, and I'm going to let Miss Antoine and Miss McKenzie here sort of talk. I know my voice is nice, but but one of the opportunities we want them to maximize this opportunity, and we know that a lot of the young people that come into our programming, and these 16 to 24-year-olds, a lot of them are facing challenges. They come in with challenges. They're just looking for a leg up. They're just looking for a step up. So we provide support service, wraparound services for them, and this is where these young ladies, this is their wheelhouse right there.
So let's talk about that.
Now I have a question too. Now when they're doing this apprenticeship, once they start, are they getting paid for it, or is it like volunteer at first, like just to?
Yeah, so the beginning part of our like pre-apprenticeship program that we offer, we are an actual like registered pre-apprenticeship program. And so that part is free. It is totally, up to them. We do have, our certain standards that we have to keep, and, everything with, that we have as well. But, we do have like an attendance policy and everything like that.
It's like work, right?
Yeah, it is. It's basically trying to teach them already. Okay, look, you got to put in the hours. You got to come here. If you want to get all of our services that we offer, which are amazing services, this is the work you got to put in. So,
and so I guess I'll say it this way. So the short answer is it's not a paid program, but you don't have to pay to be in it either.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Right. Because it's like no tuition cost. And so it's just like an exchange.
So it's a school, and then you get them a paid job later.
Yeah. You work.
There's an incentive for completing.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
There's an incentive at the end for completing your certification as well. There's a small incentive that we have, and there's some additional partnerships that we developed that will provide them some additional incentives. But that's
right.
Definitely
Right. No, that makes sense though. I mean, it makes sense because you think about it this way: if you're 16 and you're looking to get something and do something, this is from what I'm saying, this is like a career path. This is not just like a job, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like if you want a job, you can go, apply at gyros or somewhere, get, them type of jobs or whatever. Them now hiring everywhere signs, but this is like a career path that's gonna, have you in like six figures if you stick with it, right? Is that?
And this is something you could do as soon as you graduate, or right? So then you can go into the workforce immediately, and start making money.
Absolutely.
So what I love best about the program is that college is really not for everybody, right?
You can use that.
You could use that one. Just pull it up.
Yeah.
So what I love best about this program is that college is not for everybody, right? So what makes this program stand out from other options is that it gives the young adults the opportunity to figure out whether that career path is for them or not.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's for free. It really puts you on a fast track to P-Tech or SPC because that's who we partner with. So if they do complete this program with us, then they'll already have a full semester worth of courses at P-Tech already. So they're already on the in the fast lane with that. But like I said, like college is not for everybody. So it's also like a very straightforward, very cost effective. You could be in this situation and have little to no school debt. And we all know school student loans is another issue.
It's taking people down.
It's another beast.
It's taking them down. Down, baby.
Moving back home with mama.
Right.
And not because rent's so high. It's because your debt is so high.
Your debt's so high, right? No, that's right though. And so that's another one of the benefits of the program is that you don't have a whole lot of debt. Or do you have it? It's like no debt, right? Like you getting paid when you finish, right? So yeah.
And all you have to do is show up and want to better your life and just want to figure out something that you want to do, and y'all are going to help guide them that way. So just a question, because what I'm thinking hearing you talk, so like you go in there and let's say construction is not like let's say plumbing is not where they want to go, but then you be like, well, hey, you can do carpentry. So you would kind of just let them trial and error here. This is not it. Well, here, let's move out here and help them get the career path that they want.
Is that how it works?
I'm asking.
Yeah. Kind of, sort of.
Basically, yeah. So that's kind of really primarily my job. We all kind of take a hand and really teach this core class that we have going on. But then also that's kind of where my role steps in is, I talk to them on a regular basis, see what their career path's going. When they first start out, we have them answer those questions for us and have them write their goals for this program. So that way we can, minimize or, maximize their training that they're going to get with us. So that way we can put them on the best path. And so that's why, we do partner with local partnerships and employers, here in St. Pete, locally, everywhere, in Pinellas County. So that way, they can start to get to know the area as well as, just connect with local employers.
Now, somebody in the chat just asked, how can they get their son involved?
I'm going to get it easy. Just give us a call.
Ooh.
Okay. Just,
that's really easy.
Yeah,
we're gonna put the number out there.
Let's put the numbers out there. We'll put the numbers out there.
Okay, I don't have it here. I have the flyer, but I don't have the number.
Yeah, the number. You can give them.
It's right here. I see it.
Okay, me a call at area code 727-200-2902.
Okay.
As we listening to the Quiet Storm.
Right. Yeah, he do got that smooth. He got that smooth voice.
99 Jams.
On 99 Jams. I'm gonna have him do he gonna redo our ad. What we gotta do is we're gonna take a real quick break. We got some we're gonna play some Democracy Now!, pay a couple bills, and then we'll come back at 7 minutes after the hour. We'll continue the conversation with representatives from AMI Kids. Y'all stick around for it. We'll be right back with 99 Jams Breakfast Club.
It's 12 o'clock GMT. I'm Jackie Leonard. This is the newsroom from the BBC World Service. The Taliban are marking the first anniversary of seizing power in Afghanistan, but there's a deepening economic and humanitarian crisis, and few women are celebrating.
I have a daughter. She is in grade 12, but she cannot continue her studies because of the closure of the schools. Everyone should be happy. We are like prisoners in our homes.
We'll hear from Kabul and Kandahar. China has begun new military drills around Taiwan. Iran has denied any links to the man who stabbed Salman Rushdie and has blamed the author himself for the assault.
We don't see any other parties who should be blamed or condemned other than Salman Rushdie himself and his supporters. We don't have any information about the individual who carried out this action.
And Britain's become the first country to approve a COVID-19 vaccine that targets both the original and Omicron variants of the virus. Our health and science correspondent will be explaining all. All here on the newsroom from the BBC.
BBC News. Hello, this is Jerry Smith. The Taliban have declared a national holiday in Afghanistan to mark 1 year since they seized power. Pickup trucks full of fighters are patrolling the streets with lights flashing. The anniversary comes during a deepening economic and humanitarian crisis. Yogita Lemoye is in the Afghan capital.
Kabul's main square has become an impromptu location for Taliban celebrations marking 1 year of their takeover of this country. Hundreds of them have gathered here since the morning, waving the white and black Taliban flag. They've been chanting slogans and playing songs which talk about their victory over foreign armies, which say, "Long live the Islamic
when he was
Emirate."
about to speak at the Chautauqua Institution in New York. We'll hear from Rushdie in his own words from a 2000. weapon. Prosecutors have.
All right, y'all. Welcome back to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. I'm your brother John.
And this is Qiana.
And this program is being brought to you as part of the New Image Project of the Community Development and Training Center, aka CDAT.
CDAT.
And we would like to thank y'all for tuning in, helping us to redefine what's cool.
What's cool?
And what's cool today, y'all, is the AMI Kids Pre-Apprenticeship Program. We got representatives in the building. We got like everybody.
We got the whole.
We got like the bosses and the bosses in here. We got we got the program manager of the whole program. We got the project manager. We got a case manager. We got the workforce development recruiter. So if you got questions, give us a call, 727-637-2416. And we're talking about the AMI Kids program, the pre-apprenticeship program.
Who's over the Avengers?
Who? I don't know.
You don't watch any of that?
Not to know who in charge.
Okay, who is it? Who over it? Like, who's the guy in the wheelchair?
Oh, that's X-Men.
That's
Professor X. Yeah.
Okay, so we got like the whole X-Men squad.
Yeah, we do.
We got Professor X. We got Wolverine. We got Storm. You know what I mean? We got the whole team here. Okay.
So if you got questions, make sure you call, because I'm sure we can get them answered between the team that we have here. And so the pre-apprenticeship program, it is one of those it's like registered with the state.
Yes.
Right. And so that's another one of the certifications that you can get when you complete the program. How important is that certification in the industry?
Well, I think that's important. I mean, to know that for an industry player, stakeholder, such as a chemist construction or, whatever construction company, that's out there, to know that you've gone through a state registered pre-apprenticeship program, it offers a lot more, lends some credibility to the fact that, what you've learned is what they need.
Right.
And that's where that sort of comes in at.
Certificates are power.
Oh yeah.
I like what you said. What you've learned is what they need, because a lot of times you can complete these programs, but you don't really have any skills coming out of it. Right. You finish the program and it's like, because we had that conversation with some HVAC, brothers who was like looking for people, and they said, man, they graduating and they coming out of school, but they just passed the test. Like, they don't really have the skills that they need. And I think this pre-apprenticeship program kind of addresses that. Is that correct?
Yeah, actually, and Mr. Cardwell is going to come in and sort of talk about what I call the second phase of our program.
Okay.
But one of the things I wanted to sort of put out there, we're putting out age criteria, so on and so forth. This first phase of the program with the career readiness all the way through, earning your certificates and getting that's a 4 to 6 months process.
Okay.
So you're going to spend 4 to 6 months with us on that. Now, to address what you were saying, well, even before we get to that point, we want to ensure that they're successful getting through the program. We want to ensure that through those 4 to 6 months, they're receiving the support that they need,
right,
in every aspect. And this is where, again, Miss Lisa comes in, and as the case manager, and she can talk a little bit more about the services, the support services we offer.
Okay, so let's hear it.
So where I step in with the participants is that I do connect them with resources throughout Pinellas County. Any barriers to their success, whether it's housing is a hot topic. It's a real issue right now.
Yeah.
If, I connect them with, housing services, and, it's not only just the participants, it's their family, because they need that home support as well. Right. Also, mental health services, life happens, relationships happen, things happen. So, we just want to make sure that throughout their journey that, that their mind, that they always have their mind right as well. So we, helping with those services as well. The free clinic in St. Pete, they may not know about that. So I'm the one to just give them those resources as well.
Nice.
Hey, this is where you could get your checkups and things like that.
So this is a one-stop shop.
Basically.
Kind of like you take care of everybody from the head all the way down to the toes.
Yeah.
Exactly. And we also go out and we develop partnerships such as with other organizations throughout the community, such as Disability Achievement Center in Largo. We have an MOU with them. So let's say we have a participant that may need a wheelchair. So we could connect them with Disability Achievement Center, who has literally a warehouse full of power chairs, wheelchairs, crutches, like just anything to support them.
Okay. Do you know what the success rate of y'all program is?
You want to talk about it?
Good morning. Our program has been around for 2 years now, and so far we've served 250 young adults in our program.
Okay. That's what's up. And I'm looking at one of the questions that came in. It's from Angela Brown. She said, our students 16 to 24, we have that. Do they live there or can they live at home? So is this like a residential program? Do they come and live with you all? And
No, we send them home.
okay, they just come in, check in, do the
But
work.
y'all will help with housing.
But we will help with housing.
Assist.
Okay, but it's not a residential
It's-
program.
Yeah, it's not a residential program, but we are mobile and we try to be as accessible as possible to our participants. So we often hold our classes at schools or like central community sites.
Okay,
You go to the people.
Yes.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
we come
I
to the
like
it.
people.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that's another big thing we want to mention because right now we've established partnerships with the Urban League and the United Way to have a space at the Campbell Park Resource Center at John Hopkins Middle School,
Nice.
Cross and Anvil, and we're hopefully we'll have a space out in West St. Pete,
Yeah,
in the Childs Park neighborhood.
yeah.
Hint, hint.
That's how that happens. Look, y'all think these interviews just pop up and end up here? Like we talked before this.
And most of it, and then we're working with our partners. We talk about partners. We're working with micro schools, so we're
Yes.
actually providing services to the students at micro school, and we'll be working with one of our partners. Is going to be we're working. We're close with the City of St. Pete Cohort of Champions.
Nice.
Where we'll have a space, and we're providing our services at the Enoch Davis Center, and also to students in their partner schools that they're going to be reaching out to. Where Miss Antoine was talking about support services, one of the partners or people we're partnering with, and we're continuing to work with them is with this St. Pete Works program.
Okay.
What is this? So if we enroll students or they refer students to us that live in the CRA, they can get the benefits of our program on top of the benefits of their program as well. So and not just the enrollee in our program, but of course through St. Pete Works,
Right.
the family, anyone in that family who's 16 and older can get some of the benefits through their program as well. So we try to leverage our resources and our partnerships. We try to be very strategic and to leverage our resources as well to maximize the benefit that everyone gets, going through our program, gets an opportunity to obtain or to receive.
I want to ask this question coming in off of the social media as well. So it says, is there a difference between this model of service to our youth? Do kids have to be at risk? Is it like Job Corps? I'm asking because it is appropriate. Is it appropriate for someone to take advantage of such opportunities if they are a high school graduates and need opportunities like this? So was that question clear?
Yeah, it's clear.
Okay, got it.
It is not. Our program is not a Job Corps, it's not a youth build. It's a career path for them, and it's a short-term. It's a short-term pathway for them.
Okay.
So you don't have to be at risk.
You don't have to be at risk.
You got to be 16 to 24.
Yeah.
And if you want to figure out a career path, this is where you go, at risk or not.
Right. Correct.
And you can have your high school diploma. And if you don't have your high school diploma, we will, again, as Mrs. Antoine said, that's one of the things we will help you find a program, a way to get your high school diploma as well, because it's going to be important for the employer.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. Caller. Are you there, caller? Okay, we can't hear you. If you can hear us.
Call us back.
Yeah.
Somebody also asked, are y'all hiring?
AMI Kids, the corporation, is hiring, and there's many opportunities at our company.
Okay, there you
Okay.
go.
That's what's
Oh,
up.
it was Angela that was
Okay,
calling.
gotcha.
Call back.
Yep. And we got your question asked, Angela Brown. So I definitely want to let you know that. And so you said that a part of this program includes shadowing, mentoring, academics as well. And so you talk about, the academic piece of it. Is that I don't know which one. Like I was like, you do jobs, you do case management. So let's say you got a student that's struggling and still trying to figure out high school. Is there academic support for them as well? Like, should their parents be concerned? Like, okay, you done got in this program and now you're not focused on school. How does that look?
As far as that is concerned, either, for example, if the student is already in school, like say that they go to micro school,
Okay.
and they're in our program, they're still going to their high school.
Okay.
If they're out of school and they don't have their high school diploma, then we partner with other educational institutions that provide that service. We don't
Okay.
actually provide that education for them. We actually partner with an education
that'll help them get their GED, like go to P-Tech or something like that.
Right.
That offer like a GED program or something.
Exactly.
Okay.
And do those wraparound services and just making sure that they're on point and they're actually getting this. I asked you this question too, and I wanted to ask it, just on air. Like, are people beating down the doors for this program? Like, what's the kind of the response rate? Like, are people excited about this program? And I want to ask that question in the context of the conversation we had off air, just about the workforce in general. So, like for this, it sounds like an amazing opportunity. Like, I'm thinking if I was 16 to 24 and I had this in front of me, like this is something that I would have looked into. I probably wouldn't have did it because I don't want to work outside. But
but you could have did some inside work.
But yeah, but I mean, it's a great program, and knowing what I know now, like with just being a homeowner and the skills that you learn in, plumbing and electric, like all of these things, and we're in this gig economy, the kind of the side hustle economy. So like, what's a better thing that you can do for yourself than like plumbing, electrical? Like that's amazing.
And this is really good shit for entrepreneurship.
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
you can start your own business, and everybody want to be their own boss.
Yeah,
exactly.
Pretty much.
I would say this is honestly, they're not. I think the parents are beating the doors down.
Okay.
More so than the young adults.
Grabbing them by the ear, bringing them. Yeah.
And this is a national conversation about workforce development programs and the young people. Why aren't young people responding? I mentioned earlier that I heard this conversation even in the transportation industry where truck drivers. Why aren't young people interested in truck driving? There's a lot of no one has really put their thumb on it. You say, oh, you offer incentives, they should be coming down. Well, that's exactly the case. I think the answer is sort of complex. There's a lot of parts involved in the answers to why young people is generational, is expectational, or expectation is the fact that they want to work in the sun. It's the fact that they may not have been exposed to the education, of what really encompasses, the construction industry, all the things you can do. I let people know, you don't have to get out there and, you may not want to be a mason. You may not want to be a carpenter. You may not want to even do plumbing or electrical. Hey, do you know landscape architecture is part of construction as well?
Yeah.
Do you, for the young women, we get a lot of young women, like, is this for me? Well, yeah.
That's a good question.
Yeah. Young women as well. Because you got some young women who are movers and shakers in the industry who are general contractors.
Right.
So we go to the entrepreneurial, aspect and try to put that there. Like, okay, you gotta earn your stripes, but you need to, in order to become a general contractor, you do need to learn something about these trades.
Right.
Here.
Right.
So you can start out, doing plumbing or whatever the case may be. Plumbing just may be your thing, but you may end up becoming a general contractor. You learn some things. So there are ways. A lot of people think, well, I'm just gonna be down there digging ditches.
Right.
My whole life.
And
that's not the case. So it's part of education, but still, it still ends up being, when we're looking at it, why aren't the young people beating down the doors? And it says, I think it's an individual choice for each young person. So we just go out, and what we do, we just get out there, and like we're doing today, is putting the information out there in the community. We're hoping young adults are listening to this.
Yeah.
We're hoping that parents, of course, the parents are.
Well, that's what happens. So our audience will probably be more of the parents.
Exactly.
And like Angela Brown, she getting information for her family, her
that's
children.
How it happens.
Yeah. But that's how that's how it happens. Like 16 to 24, your mama gonna call you and be like, hey,
this what
you need to call these people and get this thing happen. Like, your mama is your first case manager. Huh?
Yeah, but this is what parents are there for, to guide you.
They're probably texting them right now. Get on this right now.
Wait, before we continue.
Yeah.
Good morning, Liam. This is the car ride.
Oh, yes, we got to do the car rides for the car riders is going. So Liam is in the car. Happy birthday, Amari, Kyrie. I know you're listening. Make it a great day. Tell your friends that you were on the radio this morning. He said the kids' names on the radio. Exactly. I wanted to talk about this workforce development piece, and because you said your job is to find the jobs, right? How does that work? And just like finding employers that will actually hire people who complete the program.
Yeah, so whether after they complete the program, and if they are in school, trying to reach their diploma, or even if they are out of school, and we're helping them with those wraparound services to get their GED. I really kind of look at what's best for them and what they're looking for and where they want to go. So even if after they complete our program and they, feel like, maybe this isn't for me, but I got these certifications now, I got this nice little stipend for me, then I help them figure out what that next career path is going to go, or how their path is going to go. So whether that's, school, or whether that's, go to college, or whether that's, P-Tech, like we said,
or continuing your education.
Continuing with an actual apprenticeship program. I know Mr. Cardwell is going to kind of hit that as well, that second portion that we were going to talk about. But whether that is going into an actual registered apprenticeship program, or even if they just want to find a job right after they, graduate, or right after they complete the program, then I help them get a job as well.
How about people who come to the program and need a job while they're in the program? Is this something that you can work and do this as well, or is it like you have to be committed fully to the program?
Yeah, definitely. So, we do want to work with the students, because the students that are trying to do our program and trying to work as well, those are those eager and motivated youth who, we definitely want in our program.
Because I'm thinking about like a 21-year-old, 22-year-old, right? Like you got probably not a lot of bills, but you got some responsibilities, but you're trying to make a change. And like, you can't necessarily do a program full time. You still need to work while you're doing this. Is that something that's available?
Yeah. We really do work with the youth, and we really do try to make it as flexible as we can. So, we'll have the morning classes, we'll have the afternoon classes. Even we've started talking about possibly having evening classes for those, youth who are interested in the program, but just have a lot going on, but do want to commit to our program as well. So that's definitely something that if they come to me right when they enroll and they say, hey, look, I'm in school right now, I want a job, but I want to commit to this program, we will work with you as best as we can.
And then for those who need like supplies and materials, like let's say I need, like I got this job, but I need boots, I need uniforms, I need, the kind of stuff. Does the program help with that as well?
We have a budget that supports that. So say that you're interested in being an electrician and you need certain supplies for that position. We're able to provide that for them.
Okay.
And that's in every area. So if you're in construction and you need tools,
right,
we provide that. Steel toe boots, we provide that. If you need a bike, and this is on a case by case basis, and that's going to be your transportation.
Okay.
We also help with that also.
E-bike?
Not quite e-bike.
Sign me up sign me up. I just want to give me a bike.
The budget wasn't
that big, right?
Not that big this year.
And so when you come to this program, you need the will and the commitment.
Yeah.
And that's all you're asking. The will to want to better yourself, and the commitment to finish the program.
And the commitment really per week. And I know we haven't hit on this, and we talked about all the other factors and all the other characteristics of the program, but we're only asking for 4 hours a week.
Okay.
4 hours.
Wait.
Yeah.
Pause,
See, we missed that whole part.
Pause,
yeah.
Pause. So you know what? Pause. This makes this program even better.
Okay.
It don't even take up that much of your time.
4 hours a week.
4 hours a week. This fit into this instant society. Like, I don't want to give too much time, right? But I want to make all the money.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So you could pick 4 days, maybe. I don't know how the program works,
Yeah.
but in my mind, 4 days. Commit to 1 hour for 4 days,
or 2 hours on 2 days.
2 hours on 2 days.
2 hours. That's kind of what we looking at.
We sort of look at 2 hours on 2 days.
2 hours on 2 days.
Gonna be on a location.
So 2 days out of your week.
Ooh.
For 4 to 6 months, right? 2 hours, you get a certificate, and then you will start to make you'll be able to make a livable salary.
Yeah.
Yes. Right. And this is not just a job. This is a career path. And if you're listening, there's a difference between a job and a career path. A job is something you just do, and then you hop away from it. A career path is something that you end up being able to provide for your family forever.
And that's the most important part about our program, is that it's a way for an individual to provide for his or her family.
Right.
So when they finish our program, they actually they enroll into a registered apprenticeship program. What occurs is that their first semester of their college part is already done, because they participated in our program, because of the national certifications that we have. And the career readiness program, the soft skills that we provide, so they wouldn't have to take the first semester of their college. It's already done when they
Sounds
take our
pretty
program.
dope to me.
So tell us about the other aspects, because I know you said it was like another part of the program and some other things that you had that you wanted to.
Wrap, and
Okay.
It's called the Registered Apprenticeship Program, and
Okay.
that's at PTech, and also St. B College has it too. Is that the individual, for example, say that I'm interested in electrical, and McKinsey got me a electrical helper's position that paid me $17 an hour, and then I want to go into a RAP that further nationally certifies me as an electrician. So then they're able to enroll. It starts in July for enrollment. They start classes in August.
Okay.
And usually it's the employer that says, hey, I want to put this person into that program.
Okay.
Oh, so the employers didn't pay for it.
Yes.
Right now, with that program, usually when employees pay for it, you then have to commit to them for so long, right?
Correct. There is a commitment there.
Okay.
In regard to McKinsey's gotten you a job there. The employer has agreed to say, hey, we're going to pay to put you in this registered apprenticeship program. And there is a commitment. And also, Lisa, as the case manager, follows up with them. If there's any issues while they're on the job, McKinsey also follows up with them to make sure that, hey, this particular job that you got that I have, I really don't like it. And then it goes into, hey, we don't stay on that job, so until we find you another one.
That's one of those old school rules. Don't quit your job before you get another one.
But this program sounds amazing. So just to kind of recap everything that we heard today, not only do you help people find a job, you make sure that mentally they're in a good space, right? If they're financially unable to have housing, y'all assist with that. And then once you get the job, you kind of hold their hands until they're comfortable to like fly out for real on their own to make sure that they complete and finish their commitments. Exactly. So they're never here by themselves.
Right. Yeah. We have that support base for them, and that so I'm a single father and I need childcare. So we work with different businesses to help them as far as, okay, this is where you can take your child. This is what you can pay. And then also, hey, I'm a single father. I need a job. We also help with that so that we're making sure that the family is whole from a career path situation.
I love that. So if you had any final thoughts or just like a final message from each one of you from the perspective that you wanted to share in the time that we have, what would that be?
First, call us. Call us. We're here. No, seriously, call us. I mean, I think one of the challenges is trying to develop, workforce development program. Like I said, we're not the only program, and I've heard it from different, other programs, the challenges that they're having, and, just trying to figure out what's the secret sauce to get people to come in the program. And I think part of it, a lot of it is education. They don't understand really what it's all about, and they don't really understand the treasure trove of services and resources that are available to them. So sometimes it just makes, first of all, just asking a question, calling and asking a question, calling, coming in, setting up a time that you can talk with us, just listening and hearing and understanding that there are people in this community, there's programs and people in this community that are there for your good, to ensure that you go be on top, you go secure that bag, and that you'll go on be on the book on vacations and all that kind of stuff. But it takes just a small step, and it's just being able to call. We're here for you. I think we're giving you our contact numbers, absolutely, that you can call in. And but please do. We're here. We're in the community.
No doubt.
We're ready for you.
Final thought. What would your final thought be? We'll end with Mr. X over there. Brother Caldwell.
I would definitely just, like to thank everyone for having us on the show today and being able to really talk about our program, because it is so special. And that is one of the things that, I love about, coming here and being with all of us. Like, we're all a team,
Yeah.
We got Big Boss over here, we got Boss, we got all of us, right? Right.
Boss and Big Boss.
So I would definitely, just say that even if, you're, in our age range that we're talking about, and even if you don't think that trades might be for you, try it out.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with having extra certifications on your resume or, to present, even if you don't think that trades are going to be for you even after our program.
Yeah.
You have that to show. And like you said, it's something you could do every single day in your house.
Yeah.
So.
Like the old people say, it's something you put under your belt. That's what you say. Yeah, you got
Yeah.
something under your belt. If you do find it, it's not for you. That's great. Great
I
point.
like that.
Well, first off, on the grand scheme of things, I like to look at the bigger picture. So by the age of 25, you could be making 45 and up. I'm starting at 45 and it's up from there.
Right.
It could be your own LLC, securing your own multi-million-dollar contracts throughout Pinellas County or wherever you decide to live.
Mhm.
It's a great opportunity for those trying to figure out their career paths, because let's be honest, between the ages of 18 to 24, that is quite a transition.
You're broke.
Yeah.
or breaking somebody else, right?
Right.
Right.
And it's tough sometimes because it's like you're trying to figure it out, especially in this social media era. Like, you see
mentioned
all
that
these
too.
influencers, like they literally get paid to exist.
Yeah.
In nice products that's sent to them for free, that instant gratification.
Yeah.
So, it's just to help them figure out a path and secure some really lucrative skills along the way.
Real talk. Thank you for that, Mr.
Yes.
Caldwell. Final thoughts.
And with our program, the one thing that I would have to say in regard to support is that our program will support you from the beginning to the end. And even after you enroll in a registered apprenticeship program, we are still there for you. We want to make sure that everybody in our community is able to have a career path and also be able to make a salary to make a living that supports it.
Awesome.
I love
awesome.
it.
Awesome. Well, thank you all for coming by.
Thank you.
We're definitely going to be in touch. We're going to continue to work on that West Side connection. The West Side Connect. So listen, if you're watching on Facebook, we're going to take a real quick break and then we're going to come back. We got Ask Qiana. We do have an Ask Qiana question today. So we're going to come back, do Ask Qiana, and then we're going to pave the way for Sister Hughes to get on in here. So y'all stick around. We'll be right back in like 2 minutes after this.
WUJM, St. Petersburg, 99 Jams.
The Taste of the Island Marketplace is now open in St. Petersburg, 2219 34th Street South, right next to the restaurant. With fresh produce, meats, and a host of your favorite grocery items. Shop at Taste of the Island's Marketplace for quality meats such as oxtail, goat head, cow foot, and goat meat. And get your favorite fresh produce such as breadfruit, callaloo, yellow yam, and ackee. Check out the Marketplace for all your hard-to-find Caribbean products from Trinidad and Tobago, Barbados, Jamaica, Haiti, and much more. Taste of the Island Marketplace is your location for your favorite brands such as Grace, HTB, Excelsior, Lasco, Walkerswood, Maggie, Eve, Tasty, Caribbean Dream, Easy Spice, to mention just a few. That's Taste of the Island Marketplace and Restaurants, 2219 34th Street South in St. Petersburg. Call them at 727-873-7559. That's 727-873-7559.
Have problems with your brakes or CV joints? Then go to Florida Brakes and Tires. Mr. Roosevelt and his experienced team will take care of that for you at a very competitive price. You cannot beat. That's Florida Brakes and Tires, located at 1254 34th Street South, St. Petersburg. They also provide you with roadside service and offer you both new and used tires. Call Florida Brakes and Tires at 727-327-5288. That's 727-327-5288. Or just pull up at the shop at 1254 34th Street South, St. Pete. That's 1254 34th Street South, St. Petersburg.
All right. Welcome back to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. I'm your brother John.
And this is Qiana.
Hey, and this program is being brought to you as part of the New Image Project of the Community Development and Training Center, aka See That?
See That.
And we like to thank y'all for tuning in to help us to redefine what's cool.
When you came in, you was like, all right.
All right.
Like, listen, if y'all just
you're gonna learn today.
You're gonna learn. Listen, you're gonna learn today. So this was great stuff that we heard.
Yeah,
I'm
absolutely
excited because we talk about things like this, and to know that it's here and somebody's already doing it is a great thing. So while y'all are your children waiting to get Instagram famous, being an influencer, they can take 4 hours a week to get a trade, and maybe they can document it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And show them working towards this. So, you know, you can do more than one thing at a time.
Yes. And when he said 4 hours a week, that was it for me.
Yeah.
Like for real, 2 hours, 2 days a week. Like if you can't do that, you know
and
what I mean?
I'm a true believer because you say, do people really want to work?
That is a question that I have.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. They the people that want to work are working. So another shout out, right?
People that want to work are working.
So Kiari.
Yes.
Kiari, happy Monday. Have a great day at school today.
Make it a great day.
Yes,
make it a great
on
day.
purpose.
On purpose. All right. So with the time we got left, we're gonna do our Ask Qiana question. It's not the one that I tagged you in. I can't find that one. Right.
That was okay. That was real simple.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. All right. So, dear Qiana, please share some thoughts about answering the phone on speaker. My lifelong friend does this. Sometimes I'm aware her husband is in the room. Recently, though, we were on speakerphone when she told me she was going to the beauty salon. When the call connected her vehicle, I assumed she was by herself. We continued our very personal conversation. I was doing the talking until she got to her destination. That's when she told me they had arrived. I didn't realize anyone else was in the car. Am I wrong to be upset that she allowed me to do all the talking while her husband listened without my knowledge? She could have easily switched from a speaker to a private call, considering the nature of the discussion. Am I wrong for being upset?
No.
Okay.
And let me tell you why. I'm a person that keeps my phone on speaker, right?
Okay.
It's just easier for me because
Right.
I'm always on the go. But I also I acknowledge that I have somebody else in the car, and you don't have to be like, oh, my husband. There's ways to do it discreetly where it's not so like shut up. You know what I mean?
Yep.
You know, it could just be, you should tell people that somebody else is listening to the conversation, especially because the conversation that I may have with Brother John, I may not want the rest of the world to hear.
Right.
You know, and that is your right.
Yeah. I agree with that one. Yeah.
I mean, that's your right. Like, I mean, honestly, if we're having because the conversation is different. Like, I have my girl, and soon as their boyfriends get in the car or somebody get in the car with me, we switch it. Like, I'd be like, yo, I'd be like, hey, such and such is about to get in the car. And we completely changed
the whole conversation.
The whole subject changed because then it's group appropriate.
Or you do this one of the man, what's good with you? Got you on speaker right here with the wife next to me. What's good with you, man?
Say hey to my mama.
Yeah. You kind of lift up the fact that like
somebody's in the car, and if you want to continue that conversation,
right,
you can. And if you want to switch it, I understand. But I think it's very rude to have people on speakerphone and you don't acknowledge that there's somebody else in the car.
Right.
It's kind of like it's like a setup to me. Like, you know, it feels, and I can understand how she'll feel like that. Like, I'm telling you my personal business, and sometimes.
But she said just her husband.
No, because. Like, okay, let's tell you.
Like, you cool with me? You cool with my wife? You ain't nothing you can say. Like, if you can say it in front of me, you can't say it in front of my wife.
Because some stuff you can't.
Yeah.
Because then it changed your perspective of that person.
Okay.
You know her in a different way, or you know him in a different way. So you don't take this conversation in the contents of how it's being delivered.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, you say stuff to your friends that you normally wouldn't say to other people because you know they get you and they know that it's not who you are. It's just an aspect of what happened that day.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So, like, let's say hypothetically, let's say you went out and had a one-night stand.
Okay.
And you're telling a married woman about all of this great, you know, this stuff that happened, and her husband listening. You don't want your wife to now hang out with her because you think she may be a bad influence.
Okay.
And that may not be the case. That's just
that's
you know what I mean? Just kind of painting a picture.
Right.
But you know, or she's talking about whatever she's talking about. Again, it could change people's perspective of people, and it's not fair to do that.
So that whole "we are one" thing, and if you could say it in front of me, you could say it, that don't apply.
No, and I'm gonna tell you is that no, it doesn't. And I think that you should be able to talk to your spouse about almost anything, but I do think that everybody has things that you don't tell people. Everybody has secrets.
Yeah.
And you know what? And people trust you with their secrets.
I agree.
And if they trust you with their secret, then sometimes that's not your wife or your partner's secret.
Right.
Unfortunately.
It's the secret that they gave you.
Right. I tell people all the time, they be like, why you didn't tell me? It's not my story to tell.
Right.
You know what
That's
I
true.
mean? Like
I'm like that too.
It's not my story to tell.
Yeah, I'm like that too. All right. Well, thank you for that, Qiana. And I want to shout out my nephew, man. Thank you for tuning in, nephew. I appreciate you. I love you too, man. And I'm trying to get him on here because when we talk about social media and the influence of social media, he's doing very well on these streaming platforms. And it's another opportunity. You know, we talk about youth programs, youth opportunities, and he's really been able to just kind of find a lane and jump in it. And I'm really proud of my nephew for what he does, man, and just how he does it, how he shows up. Beautiful young man, married, got baby on the way. Like, you know, when we talk about black men and their stories, that's one of the stories that we don't hear as much. And he has an amazing story, a beautiful testimony, and I'm really proud of you, nephew. So thank you for tuning in.
Me too. I don't even know you.
Yeah.
But listen, whenever I hear black men
and
it's something positive, I'm rooting for you. I don't even care what it is. Listen,
and today is a day for us too, because it was his mom, you know, my sister. So her birthday is today. And so she would have been 54 today. So I guess they call this the first birthday in heaven. Is that how they talk about it?
Yes.
That's what they say. Yeah.
Like
the
anniversary.
Okay.
Well, no, it's not the anniversary. Because it'll be the day that she passed away. Will be her anniversary.
Yeah.
But this is, and so the firsts are very hard, and you're holding up really good.
Yeah. No, it's you know, it's pictures and different things.
Right, because today's gonna be.
Yeah, it's all over the place.
It
really is. So sometimes I'm spaced out, and sometimes but yeah.
So my prayers, I don't know you, nephew, but I'm sending you an air hug right now. You know what I mean? And love and support, because at this time everybody need that. And I'm one of the people that say that words may make you feel good, but it can't do anything for you. But to know that you have people that's gonna have your back, and if you need somebody, you know, you have a community here.
Absolutely.
Right. And that's to you as well, because that was your sister and you spent all your life with her.
I'm telling you.
And so the memories,
I'm looking at the birthday post, right? And I'm grateful that I was able to let her know how much I appreciated her. That's one of the big things too. Like, she knew that I really appreciated the impact that she had on my life, and the way she was like consistently there, you know, supporting me through, like, I'm talking about,
because she done called in,
like everything. She done called in. She been here. Like, I was looking at some old posts of mine, and like it got maybe 2 likes, and one of them was hers. Like, she was always there. You know what I mean? And so it's a whole, man. It's a whole, but with God and each other.
But you have memories.
With God,
you
and
have
each
memories.
Other. Oh man,
that
so many,
like you have so many memories that keep her, keep her alive, and so.
Yep, and she was our caregiver. So if you want to get her book, you can go to Amazon. A Caregiver in the Last Hours: My Heartfelt Stories with Death and Dying by Lisa Y. Washington. Really good book for those who are dealing with similar situations. She has a lot of tools in there, to help you get through it. And so definitely wanted to acknowledge her. And us.
Yeah.
And
so, if we're gonna end the show with anything.
Yeah, we gotta end because we got Sister Hughes coming up.
So kind of just saying that is a nice segment from what we were just talking about, is that write down those 5 things.
Yes.
Appreciate life. If you are mad at somebody and you can't remember why you're mad, don't be mad no more.
Even if you can remember why you mad,
it's really not that serious. Because again, life is so short.
Not usually. Sometimes it's serious. We paint these broad. Yeah. Sometimes it's really serious, but usually, for the most part, 99.9% of the time, it ain't that serious.
Listen, even if it is that serious, let the anger go. You can forgive without reconnecting.
Okay, thank you for that.
You can,
because that's a real thing.
That is because some people you just don't want.
We're not like magic wand people and kumbaya and everybody got to be together. Like we understand those realities, right?
Right, because some people you do not want back in your space, right? No, and listen, there are people you don't want back in your space.
It was helpful. I appreciate it. Lesson learned, but don't come back.
And just because you're not in my space, don't not mean that I don't still want the best for you.
Right.
Just not with me.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, if you're angry about something, let it go. It's for you, not for them. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Because to carry around that anger, it makes you look old.
It do. It takes years off your life.
That melon don't help you with that. Okay, the melon does not help you with the anger.
Yeah.
Right. So just let it go. Appreciate life. Smell the roses. And again, love on your loved ones.
Yeah.
Love on the people who love on you.
Yeah.
Support the people that's supporting you. Again, it doesn't hurt. It doesn't cost you anything to share a post of your friends, right? We say this all the time. We want to make everybody rich on purpose, especially the people that we care about and we call our friends and our family, right?
Yes.
So that's what I'm going to lead today with and be the change that you want to be.
Real deal. So listen, if you missed it, you can go back and watch it. We had the project manager, the program manager, the case manager, and the job recruiter for AMI Kids come up in here this morning. If you missed what they had to say, you can actually catch the replay by going to facebook.com/Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. Also, if you're listening online, you can go to 99jamstheberg.com, download the TuneIn radio app so you can find us on WUJM 99 Jams. And of course, in your car in St. Pete, WUJM 99.1 FM. We're encouraging you to donate today, advertise your business, or sponsor a show. Also, if you're doing an event, you can reach out to us and the radio station can make arrangements to come out and broadcast live from your event. So if you're doing a grand opening or you're doing something that you want to get promoted, reach out to the station and we'll be able to make sure that we connect you to the right people to make that happen. Also, Childs Park Neighborhood Association is having our monthly neighborhood meeting tomorrow. And tomorrow night, the agenda, we're going to have a special emergency meeting about some of this violence that's been going on in the community. In the neighborhood, there's been a couple shootings that happened.
The 15-year-old.
15-year-old was recently murdered. And then just been some stuff that's been going on. And so we want to invite you to come and join us. If you have ideas, if you have recommendations, or just legitimate concerns and ways that you think that we can address it as a community, join us tomorrow night at 6:00 at the Childs Park Recreation Center, and we're going to talk about it. And then we also want to begin to assemble the resources like the AMI Kids and create the space for us to have conversations about other things for them to do. And so, join us tomorrow night at the Childs Park Recreation Center. Whoo! Great program today, Qiana.
Always.
Great. Thank y'all for listening. We appreciate y'all, man. It's been really fun, man. And I appreciate y'all, Mr. J. Thank you for that flyby tech support.
Yeah.
And we're going to make space for Sister Hughes. And so up next is Sister Hughes, Total Praise. And you've been listening to the Tampa Breakfast Club. I'm your brother, John.
And this is Qiana.
We out. Believe and do good.
WUJM, St. Petersburg, 99 Jams.
The Taste of the Island Marketplace is now open in St. Petersburg, 2219 34th Street South, right next to the restaurant, with fresh produce, meats, and